So here we are on which episode 6?
Yes.
Of the Matt and Mike podcast experience this week.
Welcome back.
What? Welcome back. You wish you hadn't tuned back in. Okay, so welcome back. We are this time talking about the series that Michael Crichton wrote, the very first one. Did you write the second one too?
Yeah.
Jurassic Park, directed by Steven Spielberg. We're going to talk about the other ones, Jurassic Park 1, 2, and 3, or at least we're going to talk about
and maybe things. 4.
Ooh! Yeah. But, yeah, most people know Steven Spielberg directed the first one, but I don't think, did he do the second one? Mm-hmm. But not the third one.
Right.
And
it was his first sequel.
And the new one is actually, it's not directed by him, but he is like overseeing some stuff, or I forget what it's called, what it said on the trailer. I think he's just the
producer.
Right. Okay. So at least has a hand in it, whereas the third one he did not. I don't think.
Just like how he's a producer on Transformers.
No.
That equates to quality.
Yeah. True.
Ooh.
Yeah. Boom blocks.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're getting ahead of ourselves here. At least I was. Matt was giving me the finger. No, just kidding, he wasn't. Or was he? Hey, you have no visuals to see.
You be the judge.
So we're getting ahead of ourselves. We're going to go back to... what do we do first again? I forget. It's been a second, so I'm trying to remember. Do we do news or
been gone so long, can't even remember.
I know. I don't know
the format of this podcast.
It's so elaborate.
Well, first we do listener feedback.
Okay.
But we don't have any for this week.
Okay.
Moving on. Have you got any feedback?
No.
Next. So far, we only have one bit of user or listener feedback.
Yeah.
And it was not good.
I know.
We need to get some. We have to turn this thing around.
We need to get some good listener feedback to equal out the negative.
Yeah.
We'll get somebody else to write in soon, hopefully. Edgar Allan Poe.
You never... That would be...
Mark Twain?
Horrifying.
You never know.
The Master of the Macabre. Mark Twain.
Mark Twain! Oh, gosh. He's like Samuel Clemens for life. Okay, so we're going to do... I guess we'll start with... do you want to do news first?
Let's do the news.
Okay, nerd news.
Actually... Should we say that this is going to be our final show?
Are you killing me?
I'm killing the podcast.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought I'd talk to you about this.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just can't do it anymore. I mean, we talk about movies, best, worst, movies we're excited about, but after Mad Max Fury Road, it all seems kind of meaningless. So, I'm shutting down the podcast.
I'm sorry. That I didn't direct that movie. But I'm not sorry that I saw it.
Me either.
Was that your news, or what was it?
Well, that was, I just wanted to say this is our final show.
Oh, okay.
Because it was the greatest movie ever made.
You can take that at what it's worth.
I was just throwing that out there.
Okay. So we may or may not be back next week.
Only if they unmake Mad Max Fury Road. Because there will never be a greater movie.
I don't know, man. We'll see. Unless there's Mad Max Fury Road 2. Or Mad Max 2. Wait, there already is 2. Shut!
I think they talked about making a sequel. So hopefully it'll make enough money.
Right.
And it won't turn out like Dread style.
Right. Sadly in limbo.
Yeah.
Limbo.
Well, now that I've derailed the podcast like I usually do, we can move on to news.
Take 2, nerd news.
Whoa! Would you like to go first?
Sure. I wrote notes and then I left them at work. I mean,
It won't take you that long to get back.
That's true. Because they were all in my mind.
We'll just have dead air on the podcast.
My fucking mind.
While you go get your notes.
Dead air. There will be no talking. There will be no listening.
Real professional.
Living. You will be without sight or hearing. This is the X Zone. Okay, so last week, last week, I recommended Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
Yeah.
I'm bringing that up because this week, my news is also kind of a recommendation. The Kickstarter started for this a couple days ago. It's got 26 days left to go. What this is the person that made like Castlevania Symphony of the Night, he's like left Konami like a while back and kind of like he's been doing his own thing. But he's actually kickstarted a game called Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. Yeah, I
awesome.
know, right? But it
Sounds
is
like the best heavy metal song ever.
A gothic exploration-focused action platformer designed by one of the godfathers of the genre. Yeah. So it's like pretty much like a new Castlevania.
Awesome.
So as of now, it's set to come out on Xbox One, PlayStation 4, PC, and already like they were looking for $500,000. They're at $2,267,000 as of right now. So they've already like unlocked a lot of like backer goals and stuff like that. And I don't know. Do you do Kickstarters ever? Or do you look at them?
No, not really.
Okay.
I should probably get into it though because there's some cool stuff.
Yeah, Kickstarter. That's something that I've just been kind of hip to within the last couple of years. It's like the way that really works is like, I mean, I'm sure you know, but I'm just kind of like explaining it to people that don't know here. Kickstarter is somebody will present a project, whether it be, hey, I just want to like get enough money to start up my restaurant, or I want to put out like a cooking book, or I want to be able to do like this CD, or make a game or movie.
Make a movie,
right? Make a movie. And you put up a goal, and then you also put like stretch goals, which is if we get to this certain point past this, we will unlock this and do this for you. There's different tiers you can pick from for like prizes. Mm-hmm. So instead of just getting the game, you could also get,
fabulous prizes.
Exactly. So you could get like, say, if you pay $60, you get the physical copy plus like a slipcase, that kind of.
You get it sent to your physical address.
Yeah. Yeah. And some things are like the $100 version, you get your name in the credits.
Nice.
Of the game. So that's just an example, but this stuff only happens if it's actually funded, which this obviously has been funded like multiple times over. But
did you pledge to this one?
Yes.
Nice.
I did. I won't say how much I pledged, but it's probably more than I should have.
Have you ever pledged to one and not gotten what was promised? I mean, that would never happen, right?
I can say it yes, but I don't want to say much more than that.
Why?
Why? Not. But
support Kickstarter.
Like every time that I've done it, and it's because there's been a couple I've pledged to that haven't made their goal, sadly. Mm-hmm. But every one that I've pledged and made their goal, like they've delivered so far. I mean, there are some that like they have like I pledged one where it's like they're doing refillable like deodorant things. And I pledged like $20, and they give you like an unlimited supply for like the rest of your life.
What?
Yeah, but
what couldn't go wrong?
The problem is right now they're having
the problem is it smells like shit.
They're having issues with like manufacturing and getting the design down. So a lot of times, if it's like a game, you won't have that problem.
Also, they promised unlimited deodorant.
Well, the system is like unlimited refills for the deodorant package thing. That's just like an example, but it's what was I gonna say? Crap, I forget.
Kickstarter.
Yes, but
kickstart your dreams.
Yeah, with games and movies, a lot of times, unless there's a huge setback, like as far as like shooting or like programming, there's stuff like you don't really have stuff like that. But anything physical, sometimes there can be, like with manufacturing, or they send it off to like be made, and then they get back and the models don't look right for like a game or something, like a physical game. They're like, we gotta kind of get all this stuff redone. But Yeah, for the most part, Kickstarter, I would definitely, if I were you, go on there and check it out.
Cool.
So, a lot of times too, you don't have to spend a lot of money. Like most times, you can just spend like $20 to get everything, or $15 to get everything that you pledge. I mean, there's another one on here like called. Let me see here what it's called. It is, I think it's called like Ukulele or something like that. But it's by like a lot of people that like left Rare. That made Banjo-Kazooie, and it's pretty much a sequel. Like, not a sequel, but, like, another game in that genre.
Cool.
But, like, one's like a lizard and the other one's a bat on the thing's back. So it's like, yeah, that's kind of the same thing. But it's like, I guess they're promising...
It's called Banjo-Kazooie.
Yeah, what can't go wrong with that idea? But it's called, Ukulele, a 3D platformer, Rare Revival. There's other things like, Tico, the 3D printer. That's the one I backed. Hansen versus Predator.
Hansen?
Yeah, Chris Hansen versus Predator. That's his new Hansen, the band versus Predator.
That's what I thought when you first said that.
Boss Monster 2.
Bop, bop, ah!
It's like, bong. Yeah, so there's like, Worldwide Wrestling RPG, Pro Wrestling Action, Drama, and Fun. That's one that we need to play with sometime.
Nice.
And yeah, Ghostbusters the board game, Boss Monster the board game. There's a couple things on here that I backed and stuff I'm still waiting on, but by and large, it's good stuff. Yeah.
The only Kickstarter I've ever like followed was for Harry Knowles' show.
Oh, you told me something about that.
Yeah, because it's really weird. Like, I've read Ain't It Cool News since like the very beginning, and it's really weird what's happened over the years. Because now like it's kind of like a defunct website because there's so many movie news sites out there. It's like it's irrelevant.
It's not like what it used to be because there's actual places that not only sometimes get the scoop first, but they actually like I always felt like Ain't It Cool News was awesome, but at the same time you had to wade through a lot of shit to find what you were looking for.
Yeah,
of it.
But the whole site now revolves around all the commenters hating Harry Knowles and like making fun of him. Like literally, everything he posts is just like thousands and thousands of haters, and it's just weird to see. But anyways, when he did his Kickstarter, like people would just get on the site and complain about it.
Really,
like talk about how bogus it was, and for a long time he wasn't going to make it. Mm-hmm. And then at the very last second, Peter Jackson came in and bailed him out.
Really?
Yeah.
And actually gave him the money?
Yeah.
Wow.
So
why were people mad? Because he said he was going to do it and he didn't, or
because they hate Harry Knowles now.
Oh.
And anything he does, it's just weird to follow. But at the same time, he has gotten a lot worse over the years.
Like as far as like
his writing is like incoherent now.
Really?
Yeah, I think he's got lots of problems. And like
do you have an example ready?
No. But well, okay, here's an example. He likes to like embellish.
Right. I mean like stories of his life, but it's like super embellished or something.
So like a recent one was he wrote about how the when they filmed Texas Chainsaw Massacre, it was like near his house when he was a little kid in the 70s. And the rap party was his like third birthday party or something. And he talked about how like they all showed up and like Leatherface came in with a chainsaw and was like, "Happy birthday, Harry," and all this stuff, and all the like, commenters were like, "That actually never happened." Like,
yeah.
And then even better, they would like link other stories of his from like years earlier when he kind of wrote about the same thing, but all the details were totally different, so he can't keep his story straight.
Yeah,
it's just kind of it's interesting to follow, but kind of sad.
It's not like something where it's like, oh, this guy's funny because he's telling like different stories. It's like
he might be delusional.
Right. Wow. Okay.
And his reviews are like filled with typos now, and it's like, I don't know what happened to him, but I think he's got some problems.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's really the only Kickstarter I ever followed, just because I was interested in the whole thing.
Right.
All right, we're done.
Cool. Well, it's time for news for you.
All right. My news. What was that?
After you smashed your phone.
What was that? Is John Woo.
I'm liking this already.
Is returning to the action genre.
Really?
Yeah.
What did he do last?
He's, for the past 10, 15 years or so, he's been making like Chinese historical like epics.
Oh, okay.
which is all well and good.
It's all wow and good.
Yeah, but I haven't really got into those, and he's making a new movie called Manhunt now. And here's his quote. He says, "I think Manhunt goes back to my old style. It's exciting because it's nice to get back to the action. Actually, there's a lot more besides the action. It's a very romantic human story. But I get tired of making big budget movies. I think about going back to the old times, when it wasn't so much about money, but about working with a wonderful, smaller crew to make a real movie."
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So it's going to be awesome. John Woo, or as I like to call him, John Woo!
Wait, that's Macho Man's theme song. I blew it. Oh my goodness.
So I'm pretty pumped about that.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
Hopefully he still has it. A lot of these old directors,
Well,
when they get older, they can't really hack it anymore.
I think it's also that like as you go along, your tastes change.
Yeah.
And like, it's like, and also like if you do something for so long, you might at some point become not as passionate about it.
Right.
And like if that happens, then it's kind of like you can kind of see it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I mean, certain movies I've seen by people like later on, I'm like, this is still cool because it's still their style, but at the same time, it's not like
They don't really have the fire in them.
right.
And it could be especially true of him because like his older movies are like really angry. Like he was real angry about the crime and stuff.
Right.
In
Like
in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
He tried to make things as horrible and violent as possible.
It's like Jesus.
So yeah, like Hard Boiled I think is still probably my favorite action movie of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Until Mad Max Fury Road, but
Yeah.
So yeah, John Woo.
Mm-hmm. What a world.
Should we move on to the next segment?
Sure.
What is that segment, Mike?
Recommendation Nation.
Woo!
I remembered it.
All right.
Yep. So yeah.
Let's get into it.
Okay. What do you recommend, Matt?
Last time I think I recommended the Ernest Borgnine movie.
Yes.
Marty. This time
Martin. It's like, eh.
Ernest Borgnine plays Shaniqua.
Yeah.
Or Shanae.
Shaniqua.
Shanae. This week I'm going to recommend another Ernest Borgnine movie.
Nice.
But it was made 51 years after Marty. And it was called Strange Wilderness.
Ooh.
Have you heard of this?
No.
I don't think hardly anyone saw it. It was a huge bomb when it came out. It actually has a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Really?
Yeah.
But that's possible.
I don't know. It's a comedy about the search for Bigfoot.
Huh?
And it is hilarious.
Are you serious?
Yeah. This came out like 6 or 7 years ago. And it has Steve Zahn and Jonah Hill and like a bunch of other
How
comedians.
the heck did I never see this movie?
I think it was actually a Happy Madison production because it has some of the Happy Madison guys in it.
It's called what again?
Strange Wilderness.
Did it even come out in theaters?
Yeah, for like a week. But it is hilarious.
Is it?
Yeah, I have the DVD, so you'll have to watch it.
Oh my gosh, that sounds really good.
I think it's only like 65 minutes long or something.
Dang.
But it's 65 minutes of pure comedy.
Is it?
Yeah, it's about a guy who does nature shows, and for his final show, he's going to film the search for Bigfoot because he has some leads on
Like where
yeah
things could be going down.
And somehow Ernest Borgnine is along for the ride. So I think he was in his 90s at this point.
Jeez.
But I won't spoil anything, but I'll just say that they do find Bigfoot.
Nice.
And the results are hilarious.
Heck yeah, man.
So, Strange Wilderness. Also, there's one scene where someone vomits into a shark's mouth, which I never thought I'd see. So, yeah, Strange Wilderness.
I never thought I wanted to see that, but I kind of want to see it.
Yeah, it's pretty great. It's pretty stupid.
Yeah.
And maybe slightly racist, because a lot of the Happy Madison movies have some racist stuff.
Yeah. And it's weird because it's not weird, but it's not like racist, like against.
It's not like hateful. But
right.
It's just like kind of.
It's like somebody will play like a like Arab guy.
Exactly. Or
and it's
Rob
like,
Schneider will play a Chinese guy.
Yeah, and you're
Japanese.
Like I thought we stopped this with Charlie Chan, guys.
Yeah. Which he did that in Chuck and Larry. Did you ever see that?
He did?
Yeah.
He played a Chinese guy?
He played a Japanese guy, and he's like, oh, so.
Jesus!
I know.
Breakfast at Tiffany's style.
Yeah, there's kind of some stuff like that in Strange Wilderness, too.
Like, I didn't know this was still allowed to be going on.
But it's hilarious.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
What's your recommendation?
Well, I thought long and hard about it, and this is probably... I don't know, it's hard
Hardest decision you'll ever have to make?
Yes. No, it was hard for me to, like, really think of something. Not hard, but it was some... I haven't really done something that's this recent before.
Okay.
And we actually kind of talked about this before, and it's Mad Max, actually.
Woo!
Which is surprising, because I thought you were going to pick it, and you didn't, but you did mention it already.
Yeah.
But I'm, like, going to be honest, I hadn't really seen much Mad Max stuff before this. I mean, I'd heard about it, and it's something I always meant to get around to seeing, but I just didn't. And, like, I knew it would be something I would like. Like, I'll probably like the other ones when I go back and see them and stuff, but this movie is just, like, so good.
Yeah, I was blown away.
Like, it's something that... It's not just, like, the action. I mean, the action is great, and it's awesome, but it's, like... I don't know, it's like the... It's almost, like, artistic during certain parts of it. Like, the way...
yeah,
like,
totally.
Just the scenery and everything in that movie.
Yeah, well... There's a shot where he's swinging on a giant pole in slow motion, and behind him is like the largest explosion ever captured on film, and there's like 1,000 trucks like flipping over, and I was blown away.
Yeah, it's really, really good.
The weird thing is, it's like, I was thinking about it, this kind of blows away the other Mad Max movies just because it's like bigger than all the other ones, and it's almost like if George Lucas had come back 30 years later and made a movie that like blew away Star Wars. Yeah. Is kind of like what this movie
is. This the same guy that did the other one?
Yeah.
So he definitely has his shit together.
Yeah. It's like he's been preparing for like his whole life to make this movie. And like all the other Mad Max movies were just practice. Yeah. Because it blows. Pretty much. I mean, because it blows. It blows! The Road Warrior is pretty awesome, but it's like...
But fuck that shit!
If you compare it to Fury Road, it's like, oh, that's cute. That's a cute little, it's a cute little chase scene.
Well, like watching, like, I remember, like, I have seen a couple, like, scenes here and there from Mad Max movies and stuff, and like, even the first one when they're like just driving on the road, it's just like it's just a bunch of people driving. Yeah, and then you see
like, ooh, they smashed into a Winnebago.
Yeah,
holy shit!
Yeah, you watch this new one and you're just like,
the apocalypse is happening.
This is like freaking when you watch like the intro to Borderlands and like people are launching off of things and like they have like hooks in them for no reason and you're like, what the heck is wrong with these people?
That is the one weird thing about that movie was it's funny how similar it was to Rage, the video game. Yeah, which Rage was inspired by Mad Max.
Well, yeah, like definitely like things like Borderlands and like Rage were definitely inspired by Mad Max.
But some of the things were so similar, like the different factions they had were really similar to the ones in Rage. Like the guys who were painted all white, that was a faction. And the real guys that had spiky stuff all over them. Yeah. I mean, that was exactly like Rage.
Yeah, I think that might be like a common thing in a lot of like, they started doing that in like dystopian futures. People just start going ape shit and putting spikes on everything for some reason. I don't know if that's something that we got to watch out for in the coming years, but once you start seeing spikes, it might be time to board up your house. Yeah. But
I'm glad you got that warning out there.
Yeah, you got to watch out.
Because if I saw a guy with spikes,
just want to hug him.
Yeah, I'd be like, oh, that's normal.
It's one of the Road Warriors.
Yeah, I'm glad you liked it as much as I did.
Yeah.
It was, like, I want to
especially after the Avengers. Yeah. Which actually, I mean, the Avengers wasn't like a bad movie. It was just disappointing, I thought. Especially coming off of... Matt's making a face. You know what? Go ahead. Say what you want to say,
no, I don't want to interrupt you.
Okay, I didn't mean to say motherfucker. I'm sorry. It was a joke. It was a goof. It was a gaff.
We're just goofing.
We're just goofing and poofing. Because Matt left the room. He's a ninja. He's poofing. But, like, it was... At the end of that movie, it was like so depressing. It was like, and everybody's leaving except for the B team, and the B team sucks.
So that's like the new next Avengers, or like the people that.
I think they're like setting it up, but the thing is, I've heard in Captain America like 3 or whatever, like, or it's like Captain America, like the Civil War or whatever it's called, where like Iron Man and like Captain America go at it, because they had this whole thing where like superheroes are like forced to register like their real identities and stuff. Like it would matter for anyone else because everybody knows who the fuck they are because they don't wear masks in the fucking movies. But then again, I guess if I saw a guy on the street and he was a superhero, I wouldn't really know who he was. I'm like, oh, that guy's not wearing a mask. That's Tony Hawk.
Tony Hawk?
I don't know why he would be a superhero. Hey, he is the Birdman. Birdman. But
that's what that movie was about.
What movie?
Michael Keaton played Tony Hawk. He's like, I'm gonna shred this wicked vert.
He's like, wee. But yeah, it was just no. But like in the new one, like it's supposed to be that they go at it or whatever. And on IMDb, they already have like everyone back from the last movie, pretty much. So they're coming back for this Captain America movie. So I almost kind of think like, why did they split up? I guess something brings them back together, like that fight that they're gonna have because of like, I think Iron Man is for registration, and Captain America's like, that's not American. You know what I mean? Like the government shouldn't be able to like keep tabs on people and stuff like that. And like that's the whole story for like the comic when they did that. But this is kind of way off track.
No, I mean.
I think also my thing was in Age of Ultron, like some of in one of the comics, like the guy was saying Ultron is like super, he's like everywhere. Like that'd be like if like a computer virus was able to go on the internet and it was sentient and could go anywhere it wanted to, but at the end of the movie it just got killed. It's like he would still be in the fucking on the internet. Nope. There's no way to get rid of it.
Nope, they punched him really hard.
You know what I mean though?
Yeah, yeah.
It just like that was another thing that was kind of. I mean, I guess this isn't supposed to be about how Avengers sucked the podcast. It was just kind of got off into a tangent.
Might as well get into it.
Yeah. Put up your dukes, motherfucker. So this one's going to be a 2-hour long one because we haven't even got the Jurassic Park yet.
I mean, I feel like it's my problem that I don't like these movies. But no. I may be done watching these Marvel movies.
Yeah.
They just don't, like,
there's just too many of them, and there's just too much.
I feel like it's kind of the same reason why I can't get into comics, is because, like,
there's just too much shit going on.
It's not special anymore.
Yeah, I agree.
It's like, oh, we saw these characters a few months ago, and they had some CGI fights, and we'll do it again in a few more months.
We'll do it again. I just do it again. I don't know what that was.
But when, I mean, Avengers 2 was, like, 2 hours of, like, waiting for that movie to be over.
I think Gotta take a shit.
Well, not too.
I think up until like that Red Witch or whatever took control of everybody in that first fight, I thought the movie was pretty fucking awesome. Like I thought it was pretty cool and it was starting out cool. I thought things were going good.
Yeah.
And then like when like after like Tony, like when Iron Man kills Ultron's first body, I was like, okay, this is still cool, and then after that, it was just like...
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, it just got to the point where it was like, why the fuck would he, like, send 2 bots and himself out to get this very special, like, to the whole Vision thing or whatever? Like, if that was so special, why the fuck did he just send 2 bots? And, like, just... There's just so many things that were stupid.
We've had 9 movies and, like... one Avenger movie, like, building up to this. It was like a limp noodle.
Yeah.
Like, give me something to care about. Like, they need to kill off a character or something.
Yeah, they kill...
Every time they do, like,
it's someone back. Yeah, well, not only that, but they killed off a character that no one even gave a shit about.
I was glad that guy died.
They killed off, like, Quicksilver, and I was just like, this guy just got introduced in the fucking movie. Like, who the fuck does that? Who kills off a character they just introduced? Not like I cared, but it was like, that's the problem. I didn't care.
Yeah. Like, give me something to care about. Give me some stuff.
They should have killed off... You know what really pissed people off if they would have killed fucking, like, Iron Man. But then it would have fucking sucked because they would have fucking had no Robert Downey Jr.
Right. All the other characters are even more boring than he is.
Yeah. To me, like, the characters I like the most are, like, Captain America and Iron Man. Because I think Captain America is, like, he stands by his, like, morals, and it's funny to see him interact with, like, modern day. Thor is, like, to me, like...
Well, I heard this on another podcast, so I can't take credit for it, but it's like, you have a Hulk!
Yeah.
Like, he literally cannot die. Why do you have Arrow guy?
Like,
what's his contribution?
Yeah, the fucking Hawkeye?
Yeah! Like, seriously?
You know
Get rid of him!
The stupidest thing was, like, they did the exact same thing in the second one they did in the first one. They almost broke up. And I'm like, how the fuck is this possible after you guys have been fighting for, like...
Yeah.
all these months and years together to find this, like, Loki's scepter, and you finally find it, and then you're like, we're breaking up?
Yeah.
Like, are you stupid? Like,
well, they kind of did that with Star Trek, the first 2 Star Trek reboots.
yeah, but I hate when they do that.
I know,
There's no reason to do
Get them
it.
together and do the mission.
Yeah.
I'm tired of this building up to it. But hey, at least we had all those scenes with Hawkeye's wife. I really cared about that character.
Thor broke that fucking Lego shit. He's gonna be in trouble. Also, I guess Thor does have some funny parts when, like, he does stuff that, like...
That's the only thing that I can, like, latch onto in these movies.
Is, like, when the funny
humor.
Yeah.
Because it's really good. Like,
Yeah.
the scene with the hammer on the table.
Yeah.
Classic.
And then, like, Vision's like, here you go.
Yeah.
And everyone's like,
Well, no, it was Captain America actually moved it a little bit.
Yeah.
Thor was like, oh. He's like, oh. And that's why Iron Man 3 was my favorite of all the Marvel movies, because it was the funniest.
Yeah, it was really funny.
Because the action, I can't really latch onto.
To me, I don't get why the fuck they don't... Like, why did they not always have, like, the sidekicks with them? Like, why the fuck was, like, Falcon and, like, War Machine not always with them? Like, it's more people to help you out.
Because they have a god that literally cannot be killed, and a Hulk that can be shot by a tank.
Apparently don't
Why
do
do they
shit.
need anyone else?
Yeah, but they problem.
They problem.
They problem.
They problem.
Woo! I don't know. It seems like it's more trouble than it's worth because they always end up in situations where they need more people.
Yeah.
Because, like, if they fight, like, Thanos, they're not going to have a chance if they don't have more than the people they have now.
Well, that's another thing. Like, am I supposed to care about Thanos at this point?
Right, because, like,
they keep showing
stretching it out so fucking long.
Who is this turd? Like, why? You can't just show, like, the weird cartoon guy.
Yeah.
And expect, oh.
Oh.
If you know about the comics, I'm sure it's more satisfying. But
right.
For a guy like me who doesn't know about him,
right?
Who the fuck's that guy? Like,
They
get him off the screen.
Yeah.
He looks like shit.
They should have built him up more or something. Or I guess they are building him up, but, like, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm glad that people like him. I mean, I know plenty of people
are like fucking Thanos.
Well, yeah. And just these movies in general. I know you're a fan, and I hate to, like, shit on it, but
how dare you, Matt? Opinions must always be the same. This is a fucking bureaucracy.
That last one really didn't do it for me.
I was disappointed a lot too. I mean, I like Captain America 2 more than I like this one.
That's the one I haven't seen yet.
Yeah, that one is really good.
I'll have to catch
Thor
up.
2 is fucking shit.
Yeah. Like,
actually, the only good parts of that movie was,
I can't
like,
remember
Loki.
a single thing about it.
Loki was, like, the best part of that movie, but that's just because he's a good fucking character and a great actor.
Villain. Yeah.
Like, I think that movie, the Avengers could have done with some more villainage, or, yeah, like, just in general, like, more of that character being in the movie. Because I didn't give a shit about, like, the story with, like, Scarlet Witch and, like, Quicksilver. Not only that, you know what pissed me off? And I guess it's not, like, a huge deal, but, like, apparently those two characters, and, like, if you, like, look in the huge, scheme of things as far as, like, Marvel goes, because, like, DC has their own universe and Marvel has their own universe, like, they're supposed to be, like, the son and daughter of Magneto.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But, of course, since Fox and Marvel are fucking everything up, and they don't come together and say that everything is one right now. Like, they finally got Spider-Man on board, but it's like, I don't really give a shit about Fantastic Four or X-Men, but if you're gonna do it, fucking do it right. You know what I mean? Like, but, like, it would be cool to have fucking Ian McKellen in that movie or some shit. What?
You should put that quote, like, on the box.
Yeah.
It'd be cool to have Ian McKellen in this movie or some shit.
Well, I'm just getting tired of them, like, bringing all these, like, characters that nobody, like, I don't give a shit about, like, these side characters, and it's like, you have fucking actual bigger named characters like Spider-Man that you could fucking shoot out into the movie or whatever. Yeah, shoot out in the fucking atmosphere. But instead, we're left with like fucking like I like Falcon, I like War Machine, but I didn't give a shit about like the other people. Like fucking like Vision was cool and everything, but like he just was like, "Now I'm a part of the Avengers."
Yeah,
and then like
it was just another example of a character that you thought died, but then came back
right,
a few
like
hours later.
Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver.
Boring.
Yeah, it's like who gives a flying? And they like fucking flip their shit. They're like, "Fuck Tony Stark," and then like
5 minutes later,
yeah, he's like, "I talked to the fucking Green Arrow ripoff, and he said that I was, now I'm on board. Either you're a part of this team or you staying here." It's like, okay,
yeah,
well, that's pretty much the only options. Like, no shit.
Either you're with us or you're against us.
It's like, or I'm just not going to be here. That's the third option.
Yeah.
It's like, you fucking idiot.
Can we talk about Mad Max some more?
Yeah, let's talk about that.
When there was the car with like the dudes playing drums on it,
Yeah.
I was like, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen.
And the guitar shit, when it flips around and there's a dude playing the guitar.
It's a whole car just like
built for the thing.
just to be cool.
Yeah, and that's why it was such a great movie.
Yeah.
Just for that. Because that character needed, like the Joe guy needed that when they went out.
Mm-hmm.
Just because.
Yeah.
Just to have music playing the whole time. And I was just like, that would be like that would be something I would want.
Yeah.
If you're that powerful, you might as well do it.
Yeah, that was an awesome villain.
Yeah.
Like, he looked scary.
Yeah. And then his brother or whatever, the guy that got his sight.
Yeah.
That was horrifying.
He was like, I was thinking of the old dude that was like dual wielding.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
That was like the most horrifying thing in the movie. When he got his like sight taken from him, I was like, ugh. He's like, "We've got it right up to your eyes," and he's like, "Ah!" And I was like, ugh. I was like, "What if I was blind?"
He had bullets for teeth, so he made up for it.
That's true. I guess that was his own doing. Those guns were super long.
I know.
And that one guy that had like a huge deformed foot. The fat guy.
Every character was like really well designed.
Yeah.
And every vehicle was awesome.
How did like Mad Max not have anything wrong with him?
He had a bunch of tumors and stuff.
Did he?
No.
Yeah.
But everyone else did.
Yeah. I guess Mad Max has just been like not drinking the rat infested water.
Mm-hmm.
So, oh well.
Yeah. That drum car was my favorite.
Yeah. When they shaved him at the beginning, and all that, I was just like, "Dang, son." Well, I guess that wasn't the worst part. I meant like when they were tattooing him. He's like, "I'm being shaved." Yes.
I mean, I like the hours of amazing car chases, but if your favorite scene was the shaving scene, I can understand.
Hey, there ain't nothing like a shave.
A good quality shave.
I would have like thanked those guys. I'd have been like, "Dude, my beard is looking like shit."
And it was cool that he wasn't able to escape at the beginning.
Yeah.
You don't see that very often in movies.
Yeah, to me, like Mad Max, it seemed like he was a character that he knew, or not Mad Max, but Max, like, is a character that he knows what to do, but he's not like Superman. He's like, if he gets stuck in a situation, he's screwed like anyone else.
If he gets handcuffed, he can't get out of them.
Right. So, yeah, great movie.
Great job.
Ooh.
All right. What's next?
Well, you want to move on to what we should have been talking about 12 hours ago?
The main event. Ding, ding, ding.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, velociraptors, let's get ready to Jurassic Park it! It's like,
Y'all ready for this?
Jock Jam.
I like to move it. This should be the Jock cast.
The Jock cast?
Yeah.
Heck yeah. Except for there's no jocks in this table.
Or jams. Except for this strawberry.
Ooh. Smuckers. Nothing comes closer to home. Okay, so
What are we talking about?
Jurassic Park.
Where are we?
Okay, so we're going to talk about Jurassic Park. We haven't been drinking, we swear. We're just goofing.
Just goofing.
We're just goofing and poofing. So do you want to start with best or worst of Jurassic Park?
Let's do best this time.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be easy.
Yeah.
Jurassic Park 3 is the best. Because there's a talking dinosaur in it.
Alan.
Alan.
Why would that... Okay, well, I'm going to save that for later. I've got so much to talk about that scene. That could be a podcast by itself.
My best is Jurassic Park. Believe it or not.
I don't think there is any other pick for the best of the series.
I don't know. I'd be surprised if anyone could argue.
Yeah.
Otherwise.
Yeah.
It's pretty great.
Yep. Yeah.
On to the worst.
Yeah.
Alan.
Oh.
But, I was thinking, has there been like a bigger phenomenon than Jurassic Park since that came out? Like, has there been any movie that was bigger than that?
Star Wars, the episode 1, 2, and 3, like the Phantom Menace and all that shit. As far as like, I think build up, yes, but as far as acclaim, probably not. No.
The only one that kind of came close was The Matrix, maybe.
Are we talking about like?
I'm just talking about like a phenomenon.
Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, that may be that may be one.
Like Star Wars, as far as like money making and as far as like cashing in and all that, but as far as like if I could say, hey, let's watch Star Wars again, I probably wouldn't have any more friends. But Jurassic Park, like, I could watch that movie again because it's the wonderment and like the surprise, because everybody's like, you think about what it would be like to actually see like a species that either hasn't happened or one that has already happened that you will never get to see unless we somehow are able to reproduce it in the lab. And this movie allows you to get a glimpse of what possibly could happen one day, and that is something that, especially at the time, people were just like totally awestruck by that, because you look at it, and especially with the way the scenes play out and the way that the camera work is done, as far as like they don't have to do CG for some scenes. Like they lower like the cow into the Velociraptor pen, and then like the stuff shakes, and you can only imagine what's going on down there.
Right.
You don't even show it, and you're just like. Urgh.
That's what Spielberg's great at, though.
Yeah. And then like
visual storytelling.
Right. Like Jaws. It's like you don't even see the shark till like the very end, and when you do, you're like, "Holy shit!"
Like, I need to do a pair of pants.
Which is funny because if you watch
the shark ate my pants off.
He's like, if you watch the documentary, they talk about how problematic that shark was and how it was like wasn't.
They were going to show the shit out of it until it stopped working.
Yeah.
So it was kind of a miracle that happened.
That, and they were like, "This shark was like shit." And then like you watch it on screen, you're like, "Are you kidding me? This shark looks awesome."
And it somehow looks worse and worse every sequel that they made.
Yeah. It's like the Godzilla suit. By the end, it's like made of mothballs.
That's all like falling apart.
He punches that building. The building punches back. Yeah.
We're going to have to do Jaws at some point.
Yeah.
That's a great series.
The Bond villain? The Bond villain, I mean. The Bond villain.
Villain.
He's a villain.
Oh, it's a bon villain.
Oh, James Bond.
Monsieur Bond.
Oh, no.
Knick-knack cast.
Knick-knack paddywhack. Give a small person a gun and kill himself.
Too soon.
Yeah, that was fucked up.
Shit got dark.
It's a dark night.
What's even darker than that is when James Bond put Knick-knack in a suitcase and sent him seaworthy.
That was kind of fucked up.
Yeah, he was going to die.
And he did. Oh, wait, no, he didn't. Didn't he, like, hoist him up the gangplank or whatever?
Yeah, to die.
Yeah.
I just got really sad thinking about it.
I don't know what to say. Except, well, he was going to kill him anyway. Like,
well, he should have just killed him.
Well, no, I mean, the other guy, Knick-knack, was going to kill James Bond.
Yeah. Still.
I mean, I'm not saying I'm not justifying the murder. I'm just...
Wait, you're advocating the murder of little people?
No.
Okay, just making sure.
Just that one. And Willow.
Just if they're henchmen.
Just Hinch boys. Hinch bits.
He's a hench boy.
He's a good daddy. Okay, so Jurassic Park. It's great. I mean,
it's good. The end.
The sound in that movie is so great.
Yes.
When the storm happens, it's like, shit. Like, there's just so much good stuff.
I think that the first T-Rex attack is like one of the greatest scenes in any movie.
It's horrifying.
It really is.
Yeah.
Because he separates the kids from the adults.
Yeah.
And the kids are the ones that get attacked first.
Chris Hansen, like, pulls them aside.
Have a seat. T-Rex, have a seat.
What you were fishing for was meat for a 13-year-old boy.
But also, there's not much CGI in that scene. It's mainly a giant T-Rex robot that they actually built.
Right.
Which is way scarier than a CGI monster.
Right. I think there's some scenes like the brontosauruses and like the sauropods and stuff that you can see that are like CG, but even then, I mean, it's way beyond what it was, the CG back then. It's like there really wasn't much that came close to that. And you watch it now and you're like, that's still pretty dang good.
Yeah, because they shot it in a smart way so it wouldn't, show the faults of the CGI.
Right. They weren't just like, helicopter, the entire damn model. Yeah, also, like, Velociraptors, I don't think I remember seeing one that was CG. I think they were all, like, shown as puppets, which is, like, unheard of now.
When I read the book, I read the book before the movie came out, and I thought they were pronounced Velociraptors.
Really?
Velociraptors.
Bela Lugosi raptors?
But that book was horrifying to a little kid.
Yeah.
Because there's, like, lots of graphic violence.
Right, yeah, in the movie, there's a lot of graphic violence that, like, it's almost like a horror movie, because it's, like, only a certain number of people even escape from that island.
But in the book, like, Nedry, the Newman character, like, the dinosaur rips out his intestines and starts eating his intestines while he's still alive.
Yeah, he's like, yeah!
And I was reading that, like,
yeah. The scene that happens in the movie is pretty dang horrific, too. It's like...
He's blinded.
Yeah. It's like, was that an actual dinosaur?
By the light. Yeah. I think they found out a bunch of stuff that, like, since that movie that kind of invalidates
some of the stuff. But at least they did some research for the movie.
Yeah.
Geez, I'm trying to think. I remember that was the first movie I remember seeing that had Samuel Jackson in it.
Mm-hmm. Hold on to your butts.
Yeah.
I still say that all the time.
And he wasn't, like, super out of control, I don't think.
Yeah. I want these motherfucking dinosaurs.
He wasn't, like, yelling the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
He was wearing glasses.
The music's awesome.
What?
The music.
Oh, yeah, definitely. John Williams hits it out of the park again.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite John Williams.
John Williams can, like, make a score, and even though you can tell it's his style, like, his movies are different as far as, like, soundtracks. Not everybody can do that. Because, I mean, it's hard when you're tasked with making scores for an entire movie, and then you're, because he did that one. He's done Harry Potter franchise. He's done Star Wars.
Indiana Jones.
Right, so it's like...
Superman.
Yeah. You just go on and on and on. It goes on and on and on. But, yeah, it's just... He's a legend.
Mm-hmm.
And, the poster, I mean, it's so classic.
Yeah.
The skeleton of the T-Rex.
Legend of the Hidden Temple.
Heck yeah, man. I'm trying to think if there's so much to say about this movie. I'm trying to think. When they find, like, the crystal, or the fossilized
crystal
amber.
Skull.
Yeah. The crystallized Amber Alert.
It's crystallized.
It's a freak.
It's electric.
I feel like I need to apologize for saying Amber Alert like that. I think I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah.
I apologize. It's not funny. Sorry, guys.
My God, what have you done?
I'm sorry. I feel bad about that. I get Amber Alerts on my phone sometimes, and I feel bad because...
Really?
I mean, do you get them, or...
Well, I turn that shit off, bro.
Jesus!
Well, I don't need to be woken up at 3 in the morning when an Amber Alert happens. Like...
Why aren't you out searching?
Like, Jen, put on my Amber Alert goggles. All right, we need to stop talking. We're making it worse.
Yeah. Okay, so Jurassic Park.
Yeah, if you don't like it, you're wrong.
So the crystallized amber.
Mm-hmm.
The
Mr. DNA.
yeah.
Was a good
Oh, Jeff Goldblum! Holy shit!
Well, he's in this.
What the fuck?
Chef Goldblum.
That might be the first movie I've seen him in.
I think it was for
Yeah.
me too. He was
Obviously,
pretty
that
great.
wasn't the first movie he was in. He was like a rapist in like, what was it? That one movie?
The Lost World.
Yeah, that just raped the movie.
Jesus.
And that movie where the Charles Bronson goes on revenge.
Oh, Death Wish.
Yes.
Yeah.
You remember that?
I do.
I think that was his first starring role.
Yeah.
We're not starring. He starred as the rapist.
Jeff Goldblum as rapist.
Jesus Christ.
All right, from Amber Alerts to rapist. What else you got?
Well, I've been saving this murder joke for a while. I'm like, here it is. Boom, you're dead.
This is no joke. I've been shot.
I'm chasing my own death. I'm trying to think what we're going to talk about together and forever.
Yeah. I mean, what can you say that hasn't already been said?
I mean, we can move
it's a
on
classic.
and come back to something if we think of anything.
Okay.
But it's a great movie.
And it has Newman.
Yes. Ba-ba-dum.
And I still only buy Barbasol shaving cream. Because,
Do you?
Yeah, because of Jurassic Park.
Because you're one day, hopefully, you'll get like an entire set of dinosaur DNA.
Well, they have a tie-in with the new one.
Do they?
Yeah, like they'll have little Jurassic Park Barbasol cans now.
Dude!
Yeah, I know.
That's awesome.
It's pretty cool.
That's awesome. Heck yeah, man.
Yep. Shave cast.
Yep. We both need shaves, but we're not going to do it.
Nope.
No. Okay, so let's work on.
All right, let's work.
Let's work.
Go to work. To the left. 2 stumps now, y'all. Oops.
Whoops now, y'all. Cut now, y'all.
Podcast now, y'all.
It's like a... Now
Work.
presenting the king and queen of Horseshitville. So we're going to move on to the worst. In fact, we'll probably just end up talking about all these movies because there's only 3 of them right now, and there will be 4.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
I want to talk about the 4th one at some point before we end.
Yeah, definitely. I do as well. So what do you want?
I said
how do
it
you
first.
So, like, what would you pick as your worst?
Our farewell podcast.
We got the case of the giggles.
My worst is Jurassic Park. No. The Lost World Jurassic Park.
Blew it, man.
I fucked it up. The Lost World Jurassic Park, which is the name of that fucking movie. It's called The Lost World Jurassic Park.
Where'd it go? I don't know.
It's gone.
I don't know. I don't know what I've been told. I remember when we went and saw that movie.
Where the cheese at?
They gave us.
I don't know.
They gave us posters.
Yeah, and a bucket.
That was awesome, man.
I think I still have that.
I do too. It was really cool.
Yeah, it was
They did
opening
that,
night. Promotional material
Shit.
somehow.
which they don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
They like do things where they like ask people like trivia questions and like 2 people get the answers and that's it.
Why was it called The Lost World Jurassic Park?
Well, I mean, I know why it was called that, but there's no reason for them to call it that.
No, it's a terrible title.
Yeah, I agree.
So for that reason and that reason alone, that is my pick for worst. This year's.
Oh my gosh.
No, I mean I've seen The Lost World a bunch of times because it has lots of entertaining stuff in it, but there's just lots of stuff in it that bothers me.
Right.
So
Maybe we should get into just talking about the movies now instead of. You want to talk? You want to talk about this?
I don't think we should.
That's so funny. Oh my god. I think that was the most genuine thing I've ever seen on your face. Matt was just like, he was like about to go into a restroom that smelled like poop. He didn't want to do it.
I hear your bell jingling in there.
Oh shit.
Was that the Southern Gentleman?
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
Oh shit. It's hard for me because the second and third movies are both kind of crappy, like in different ways. The second movie is crappy because there are a lot of boring parts in it, but the third movie is crappy because it's like crappy as far as like there's like Jurassic Park 1, Jurassic Park 2, and then Jurassic Park 3 as far as quality is like
I agree.
Z-level grade. Because it's like the characters aren't even like it's like they cast Sam Neill back and then they were like, shit, we don't have anyone else, so they just casted like anybody they could find except for like that one. Like the dad is okay, he's been in other shit, like he's a good actor, but like the mom can't act worth shit in that movie. Yeah. And like, but I guess the second one, like, you could also say that one actually had a pretty good cast, but it was like there were characters, well, maybe not a great cast. It had Jeff Goldblum, which he was pretty, I mean, he's probably the only reason to even watch that movie.
He's good in it.
Besides the hunter.
Yep.
That guy's probably like my favorite character in that movie.
Pete Postlethwaite or whatever.
Yeah. And he's like one of the smartest characters in the entire franchise.
R.I.P.D.
Yeah. Because he fucking like leaves the movie before he gets killed.
Yeah, but he also died in real life.
Well, yeah. But he was old, wasn't he?
Yeah.
How did he die?
I don't know.
Shit. Gotta find
Dinosaur attack.
He left the set and an actual dinosaur killed him. He's like, shut! Like an old person. He's a dinosaur. My whole thing is like in the second one, there are some parts that are just really kind of boring. Like, you know how like Vince Vaughn is like funny in most movies that he's in? He's not funny at all in this movie. No. And you find out that he can't, like when he's not funny, he's boring as fuck. Yeah. And like his like girlfriend or whatever, not girlfriend, but like Jeff Goldblum's girlfriend in this, like who is it? Isn't it like
Julianne Moore?
Yeah. Like I don't have anything against her, but like her character is boring in this movie. Yeah. It's just a lot of boring stuff in this movie. Like I think to me the biggest boring part in this entire movie was like the 80-minute long like over the cliff sequence where the two like Tyrannosaurus Rexes are like teaming up on this like bus that they made that was indestructible apparently, and then gets pushed off a cliff and they barely make it out.
That's probably my favorite part of the movie.
You're maybe gonna say something about that.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty cool sequence, but yeah, I mean it does go on forever.
Yeah, but I think last time I saw it, like there were. I remember, like, when I watched it as a kid, remembering and thinking that it was actually pretty cool, like, the entire movie. But when I watched it again, I was kind of like, this isn't actually as cool as I thought it was. Like, when I was a kid, I was like, this is awesome. A Tyrannosaurus Rex is loose, like, in the city. And then, like, I saw it again, and I was like, wait, like, if the police showed up, they could just kill it with guns. And, like, it killed a dog. That's bullshit. Yeah. Like the kid was like, whoa, a dinosaur. I'd be like, it fucking ate my dog. Yeah. Like, if I was a kid, I'd be crying. I know. And I was like, how fucking...
So I think that's... We can get in... That's the thing about the movie that bothers me the most.
Is the dog being eaten?
Well, that's part of it, but yeah. I feel like it's really mean-spirited.
It is, yeah, because they have the whole thing where they, like, steal the dinosaur, the baby, and, like...
Right. They're hunting the dinosaurs and, like, trapping them.
Right, yeah.
And I get it. That they're not real and they're fictional creatures, but it still kind of bothers me. Yeah. It's not fun to watch, a baby T-Rex, like, crying.
Right. Not only that, but it's, like, it's not... It doesn't make you feel... It's kind of like Bioshock 2. Bioshock 1, like, the big daddies were badasses and they were untouchable. And in the second one, you play as one and you feel like a fucking limp dick. You know what I mean? Okay. In Jurassic Park 2, I feel like all the animals... that were badasses in the first movie have been reduced to, like, shit.
They capture them extremely easy.
Yes. And I'm
they
like...
put them in little cages. Like,
I was like, where the fuck were these guys in the first movie? Yeah. Why didn't they have these guys as, like, security? Instead, they have, like, 2 people there, and they're like, oh, the lights went out, everybody left. Yeah. It's like, shit, we left the fucking keys with all the velociraptors. Like, just stupid shit like that.
It's stupid.
It's just stupid.
It did have Peter Stormare as one of the henchmen.
Yeah.
Like the Cinco Man or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, there are parts in the movie that are good.
Yeah, there's...
Like, really good. But, like, there are also parts in it that you're just like, why is this happening right now?
I really don't like how much time they have that, like, injured T-Rex baby with them. I don't know. It makes me sad to watch it.
I think
the first movie was a fun adventure. Yeah. Now they're like, not
only that, but like
the T-Rex to stop crying.
It's
like, I'm gonna start crying.
Shut that baby up. It's like, that little baby T-Rex. It was me.
I don't know. It just bothers me.
I think the thing that also bothers me about it is that there's just it's like every animal. I don't see them as like cool things like they were in the first one. I see them as like, I feel like this should be like a thing where like some lady comes out and she's like, you need to give money to this organization because these dinosaurs are being abused. And it's like,
you want the dinosaurs to...
And I'm just like, damn, son.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like that. You feel like
you want them to like kill all the unlikable characters because there's no likable characters in this whole movie.
I think one of the best things is when like they go into the camp and like she lets the dinosaurs out, and that's awesome.
They slaughter everyone.
Right.
That one dude with the beard gets like taken and pulled out of the cave by the T-Rex.
Yeah.
Like, all his blood rains down. I was like, yes.
Yeah, I remember that. Even though that guy wasn't really doing anything, was he? He was like there as like a...
He was like the one good one.
Yeah. He's like, nobody move. And he's like... And the guy came down, the T-Rex was like...
He's the one guy that has the most horrible death.
Yeah, he was like, yeah! And it's like...
Again, everyone's like mean-spirited.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree with you. All the characters are super boring. You don't care about any of them, except the hunter. If they had made the whole movie about that guy...
Dude.
That'd be great.
That's like what Pacific Rim, or Pacific Rim. It was very specific.
That rim was so specific.
What he wanted. If... like Charlie Day and like Hellboy had been the main characters, it would have been on.
Yeah.
Like fucking King Kong.
Yeah.
Or Donkey.
Yeah.
Kong. Okay. I don't know. Is there anything else to say about that movie? Like,
I don't know. Like every time I watch it, I feel like I should like it more than I end up liking it. And I think it's because you're right. There's a lot of boring stuff in it.
Yeah.
And it's kind of mean-spirited and makes you feel bad when you watch it. Even the end, they feed the lawyer to the dinosaur.
Yeah, well, he goes down there.
That's fucked up.
He kind of is like an idiot because he goes down there and just tries to like recapture the baby or something. And I'm like, why the fuck would you try to recapture something like that? Just leave it be. And then the T-Rex mom comes in. And I'm just like, you're fucked.
Well, don't they kind of lead it to him?
Well, like they
open the door.
They return the baby to the hold, and it's been following them the whole time. And then like the lawyer goes down there, and they're like, "Don't go on there." He's like, "Fuck off." And then like the T-Rex walks back in, and like he tries to run up the ramp, and it's like grabs him, and he's like, "Fuck." It's like,
but you're still like, a man was just killed.
Yeah, it's not like. In the first one, it was, like, more horror, because it was, like, the one dude, the lawyer ran off and tried to, like, hide, and he got, like, killed, but it wasn't like, oh, he killed a lawyer, this is awesome. It was, like, that's horrifying, but it wasn't like you were, like, he got what was coming to him. It was just, like, he died because he just died. And this one, it was, like, fucking payback, and I was like, what?
Yeah.
Jesus. Like, I don't know. It's just fucked up. So yeah.
And none of those action sequences were as good as like that T-Rex attack from the first movie.
Right.
Like, they couldn't top that at all.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I the novelty of the T-Rex being loose, like, out in a city was kind of cool, but at the same time it was like one T-Rex, so it was like
it was pretty funny when it chased the Japanese.
Yeah. That was funny. Like, and they didn't get sued for that somehow. You want to move on to 3?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Jurassic Park 3. I
think you're right. It feels very like cheap compared to the first two.
In every way possible, it almost seems like I don't know how this movie got made because it was like I don't know how many years later it took place, as far as, like, not in chronological order, but as far as, like, filming, but it definitely seems like this is, like, a direct-to-DVD kind of movie.
Yeah, that's kind of what it feels like.
Because, like, it has all the qualities of a direct-to-DVD movie, like, the kid that saves the parents. Like, there's a brand new dinosaur, and it's better than the old dinosaur, like the T-Rex, and... I mean, that doesn't happen in every movie. In fact, it only happened in this one. But,
and
like...
probably the next one. But.
But at least in the new one, they have explained ahead of time that this has been working, and we are, like... Just like SeaWorld or something, we are introducing new attractions, and they have the power to make new ones. This one, it's like, they just had a new dinosaur, and it was like, they didn't really say how it happened, and they're like, oh yeah, they've been breeding. And I'm like, what? Oh yeah, by the way, for the first two movies, this dinosaur somehow wasn't in any of the shots, but it was out there. Like, what?
Yeah.
It would have been murdering everyone. Because this thing, like, goes through fire. It's like the Jason Voorhees dinosaur. Yeah, pretty much, because it's like, comes out of the water and all this stuff, and I'm like, good lord, because it's pretty much like a T-Rex crocodile.
Right.
Which actually is apparently a real dinosaur, but... I mean, they just discovered it. It's like, should have waited for an actual Jurassic Park to unveil this motherfucker, not like number 3 direct-to-DVD with, like, Sam Neill and shit.
Yeah, I was pretty excited for this movie when it came out, but I knew I was in trouble, like, at the beginning when they first fly over the island, and the score is, like, not the same score from the first movie. It's like a cheap version. It's like one trumpet.
Yeah.
Like, you couldn't even just copy and paste the song from the first movie, like with the full orchestra.
Right. Not only that, but like, how do they not own that?
I don't know. But that's when I was like, oh boy.
Yeah, it's in every way possible. It's like everything has been watered down in this movie. Actually, there's one thing that is more horrifying than anything in any of the other movies. Do you know what I'm talking about?
The pterodactyl or whatever?
No, when they that's pretty horrifying. But when you find what happened to the guy's dad, and he's like a fucking
skeleton.
Ghoul. Yeah, he's got a bloody skeleton. Yeah, there's like, oh god, and I'm just like, holy shit. I didn't know they were on like the island of the flying praying mantis, or not praying mantis. I mean piranhas.
Flying praying mantis.
Wait, they can fly. Shut up. But yeah, like, he had no skin. It was, like, ridiculous. I was like, good lord, son.
It's like the Predator got to him.
Yeah. He's like, ugh. But yeah, I mean, it starts off, like, the son and dad are, like, going on this tour called, like, Jurassic Tours or something. I forget what it's called, but it's run by this, like these two people that are definitely not official park representatives. How dare they? And, like, they're driving this, like, I was gonna say tugboat. They're like, They're driving a, like a speedboat or something like that. And they're, like, pretty much, like, paragliding or whatever. And I don't know if that's the word for it, but whatever. Yeah. And, like, they're going through, and then, like, for whatever reason, like, they just die. Like, the people on the boat are dead, and there's never a mention of how or why that happened, because the boat isn't gone. It's still.
I think it was supposed to be the Spinosaurus got them,
but it's like they were so far out.
Yeah,
so far out
in the fucking ocean.
Yeah, they were in the ocean.
It was in the ocean.
So if like it was something else, that makes me even more terrified than anything on the island. Because what if it was like a beast?
Pirates?
Yeah, well. Like Somalian pirates.
Yeah.
They hog-tied him and took all their shit before it was, like, they killed him and all that shit, and they were like, oh, see ya.
What if it was a beast?
I mean, like...
The whole movie's filled with beasts. I mean, it had to have been a beast. They're not dinosaurs, they're beasts. They should call it Beast Park. What if it was a beast?
I mean,
oh, that's the funniest thing I've ever heard.
I meant like, what if it was like an underwater beast? I mean, underwater dude, or not dude, but like a thing, like a.
I think it was.
Why didn't they show that?
Good question.
They're showing it in the new one, which is pretty sweet.
Yeah.
That, I mean, to me, that's always been like, they've got all this, like all these other things they've made, but why did they never show like you know, other Jurassic attractions, like water ones and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, even though I'm going to be like, oh shit, but it'll still be cool to see it. But this one, they finally have an actual huge part with, like, pterodactyls.
Which is probably the best part of the movie.
Yeah, it's probably, like, the most horrifying thing.
Yeah, because that's actually pretty well done. I think when you first see it, it kind of comes out of the mist, and you see its, like, beady eyes, and you're like, "Arr!"
Yeah, and it's not, like, hovering or anything. It's, like, walking
Yeah.
on its fucking, like, back legs. And kind of like...
They made it pretty creepy.
Right, kind of like... I think that's how they've put together, like a bat or something like that would walk, or, like, you know, something like that. Like, a pterodactyl would actually walk. And you're like, that's fucked up. Like,
there's some lame story about how one of the guys is like a traitor and tries to steal an egg from the island, and it's like, why do I care about any of this? It's kind of just an excuse to get everyone back for some more dino adventures. But it feels cheaper this time.
Yeah.
Although, apparently they built that Spinosaurus, like the full
model
of it, and Stan Winston said it was like the most amazing thing he'd ever seen.
Really?
Like, live.
Wow.
Which is impressive coming from him.
Dang.
But still, you can't really tell from the movie because it's not super impressive.
Right. And there are, like, just a lot of parts that don't really, like,
It sneaks up on him at one point.
Yeah.
Like,
it's like, they're out in the open and they turn around, it's behind him.
It's right there, standing on top of him. It's like, remember the first movie when you heard the footsteps coming and it was like the most memorable part of the whole movie?
Right, like the water was doing like this thing where it would like ripple inwards and you're like, what is that?
What is that?
Yeah.
It doesn't happen that Spinosaurus can like sneak up on people, like walk on his tippy toes.
He's wearing Sneakosaurus shoes.
What if it was a beast?
Could have been. I guess we'll never know. That could be the extra cut scene that they never made.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I want to know, Matt. What happened to those poor souls on that boat? They got, like, hoodwinked.
Don't really care.
Why? Not really why. Who? When? Where? So, Jurassic Park 3 is shit. There's also another one of those crappy straight-to-DVD things where you think someone dies and they come back, like, out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and that never really happened in the other Jurassic Park movies. It was just like when somebody was dead, they were dead for the most part.
Right.
What I can remember. Like this one, like the guy that was a traitor, like he went and like he sacrificed himself, and you thought he got killed by the pterodactyls, but then he lived somehow.
Nope, he was fine.
And
well, another adventure in the books.
How?
Then at the end, the military shows up, and it feels like super cheap.
Yeah.
Like out of nowhere ending.
It was like when the military showed up in the Broken Arrow movie. And you're like, what?
Yeah.
Where the fuck were you guys, like, 2 hours ago?
Broken Arrow, better than Jurassic Park 3.
Yeah.
Directed by John Woo!
That movie was really good.
Nah, I won't go that far. It was pretty good.
I just say it's really
Didn't
good.
have Howie Long.
Deke,
Deke, you're the man.
The best part about that movie is that fucking part where that shit shoots, what's his name, through the wall or
John
whatever.
Travolta?
Yeah, she's John Travolta through the
She
wall.
shoots him with a missile.
Yeah, and it looks super fucking lame when you pause it, but it's hilarious. What does he say?
He's like, hello?
Yeah. Like, why would you be fucking surprised? It was coming at you the whole time.
When they blew Howie Long out of the train that made the sound effect from Duke Nukem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, dun, 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 dun.
So good. The dude gets chopped in half by a helicopter blade in that movie. It's great.
Yeah. Too bad that didn't happen in Jurassic Park 3.
Yeah. And that person wasn't me.
Yeah.
I would rather be chopped by a helicopter blade than watch
Then Ric
Jurassic
Flair.
Park. Woo!
Okay. I don't know anything more to say about 3, 2,
No.
1. You're like, I've already spent too much of my life on this shit.
Yeah, I mean, I guess 3 is the worst. After we're talking about it.
I had a feeling I was going to be able to change your mind.
Because at least 2 is, like, well-made, and it feels like a quality.
Right, I know. It's just like, you look at 3, and it's kind of like...
It's missing all the Spielberg touches.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, just like quality. It's like, you're kind of like... just that whole like plot where it's like you feel betrayed because it's one of those things where Sam Neill gets pretty much like brought back to Jurassic Park by the lure of money, and he's like, I'll never go back. And they're like, how about for all this money? He's like, I'll do it. And then like he goes back.
Well, that was easy.
Yeah, with his assistant, and like 3 is also the worst because you find out that he never ends up with like that lady. She ends up with some like no name guy,
Laura Dern.
Yeah,
yeah,
and you're just like, how did that not happen? Like, it's so stupid that didn't happen. And then second of all, like, they go to this island and like, then they're like, oh yeah, by the way, we're not actually millionaires. We just had enough money to actually rent this plane, and we're trying to find our stupid ass son.
We're trying to find our dead son.
Yeah, and they
We're
find
trying
him.
to find our son's corpse.
They find him, and he's like fucking one of the Lost Boys or some shit from Peter Pan. Because he fucking is like gassing all the dinosaurs, and he's like a badass. Like, why did they need to rescue this guy? He's rescuing them.
He's like a super newt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, good lord, son.
Yeah.
So
it's not great.
Yeah. But enough of that shit. Here comes Mongo. Let's talk about Jurassic Park 4.
All right.
Or as I like
Here's
to call
my
it.
prediction.
Ooh.
It will not be good.
Really?
Yeah.
You think so?
I'm kind of like
you don't think it'll be good, but you think it'll be great.
It'll be amazing.
Dun, 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 dun. What's it called? Jurassic Park.
The Jurassic World.
Oh, okay.
I was super excited about this movie, but first of all, the last trailer that showed the entire movie.
Yeah,
and I'm kind of pissed about that because I didn't want to.
It's just
see
like a lot of shit.
Like it gave away the entire plot.
Yeah.
But I mean, that entire trailer is just a CG fest, and I think it's not going to be satisfying.
Yeah.
I think you know, the story may be a little bit interesting, but basically it's going to boil down to dinosaurs attacking people. And
right.
if it's a total CGI fest, I don't think it's going to have the impact that the original had.
Yeah.
Now the director claims that a lot of it's not CGI, like they built a lot of models and stuff. So
right.
maybe they're just not showing that in the trailers.
Right.
So we'll see.
So far, like I haven't seen like a really good shot of like the new dinosaur. I think they're kind of keeping that a secret, and they've also like, I mean, they're showing things that like you've seen before, like raptors. They're like showing pterodactyls, and I had a feeling that they were gonna have. I mean, obviously fucking shit goes down. That always happens in Jurassic Park movies for whatever reason. But
I think the cool stuff will be seeing the actual park in normal use.
Right, and like actually seeing how people interact with, because that's one thing you never really get to see is like you never actually get to see Jurassic Park because they keep fucking it up.
I think that part of it will be really cool.
Yeah.
But once it starts going down, I think it's just going to be...
It's going to be like a fucking
generic.
murder fest.
Which, hey...
You never know, that could be really, really out of control.
I hope it's great.
Because there's so many dinosaurs now on this island, like, that are free, just roaming. It doesn't look like they have fences anywhere. And I don't know what the fuck they're thinking with that, but...
Well, that giant sea beast, like, it could break through that glass so easily.
Yeah, oh god, I don't want to think about that.
What if it was a beast?
Dude, that one guy, that kid, he was like, this is awesome. And I'm like, no, it's not. It's not awesome at all. Like, it's horrifying.
Why?
It's horrifying. Like you said, what if that thing breaks through? They would not only be drowning, he would, like, eating there eating them.
He would eat the entire audience in, like, one bite.
Yeah. And I'd be like, it's like that movie where, like, they shoot the glass and the sharks come out, like a racer or whatever.
Oh, yeah, that was alligators.
It's fucking horrifying.
Your luggage.
Like, but, like, I don't know, anything like that is scary. But I think that it will, I don't know, I think that one of the saving things they have going forward is, like, the funny charisma of, like, Chris Pratt. He's kind of like the guy to re-inject some.
I hope that he has some of that, because in the trailers it makes him look super serious.
saw, like, the entire scene where he's explaining that stuff, and it's, like, a lot funnier. They, like, actually edit it to make it look stupider than it actually was.
Well, hopefully it's just bad trailer.
Yeah, cause, like... That was me! In that
podcast is over.
In that part,
dual heart attack.
I just got a freaking message from the director of Matt and Mike Podcast Experience, and he told me to eat shit.
He told you to stop talking about beasts.
Yeah. He's like, we're gonna get sued by Kings Island. What if they were killed by beasts? Hey, they got on roller coasters, and they were like, oh. But like, I think that like in that scene, like that he's actually talking to that lady because they used to be like in a relationship, and I guess she's like super strict, and he's like, "That's the problem. You talk about these dinosaurs as assets. When they're animals.
They're human beings.
They're human beasts." And like
Kelsey Grammer.
They're freaking they're freaking manimals. And like he's saying that, and she's just like, they're assets or something. Yeah. And he's like, you have to respect them and all this stuff. So like he's kind of like, he almost plays like an Indiana Jones kind of character in this movie, and I'm kind of like this guy should be the next Indiana Jones if they're gonna go along with. If I know they are going to. I mean, they fucking dollar signs.
Yeah.
But I think that's one of the ways that it could work is if he was like, I'm Indiana Jones. I don't know how they would kind of pass that off. If they would just be like James Bond style, where they don't really mention it, and it's just like the continuing adventures of Indiana Jones.
Well, hopefully he can play Mutt.
That'd be cool.
Would it?
What, you mean like he could play Mutt?
Yeah.
Yeah, just fucking recast him.
I was joking.
I would not fucking recast his ass.
Hey.
And be like, Dad, my actual name is fucking not Mutt. Because
that's stupid.
Yeah. Because first of all,
you can't have Mutt without the beef. Bring back the beef. Bring back the beef.
I don't even know what to say to that because there's multiple reasons why this makes no fucking sense with Mutt. Because, first of all, if he didn't know that his okay. I'm gonna have a brain aneurysm trying to like explain what the hell. If Indiana Jones had no clue that Mutt was even alive or his son, then that means the person that is supposed to be smarter than Indiana Jones, Marion, fucking named her son Mutt. Who the fuck does that? That couldn't have been a nickname. That makes no fucking sense. Because it's not like they met up and he's like, hey, Pops, call me Mutt. It was just like, did he have a real name? I don't know. It's like, who could give a shit? That's a movie that's worse than fucking Jurassic Park. Any of them is fucking Indiana Jones and the Blowjobs Temple. The Blowjob Temple. No, it's not. It's just shit.
No, I'm just kidding. It's great.
You saw it. So yeah, in Jurassic Park. Jurassic World.
My prediction, disappointment, but I hope I'm wrong.
Go into it with disappointment, and hopefully you'll get not what you asked for.
Yep.
Or, I mean, because you don't want to be disappointed.
Like, I don't want to see any dinosaurs here.
Like, you're going to be disappointed, bro job. Bro job, I mean, bro. Bro job.
And on that note...
I gotta think of fire shit.
Let's wrap it up.
Rag it up.
Any final thoughts?
It's hard for me to say that, like, this movie's going to be better than the first one. But I can say it's undoubtedly going to be better than the third one, in my opinion.
It would be hard to be worse.
Yeah, and
that'd be a major disappointment.
It'll be interesting to see how it stacks up to the second one, because the second one just is very boring.
Right.
Already from what I've seen, things look like at least entertaining to a certain degree.
Well,
the problem with the second one also is like they didn't really even do anything with a park until like the last second. They're like, by the way, here's a model of miniature factories that make
models of
factories. No, here's like a model of Jurassic Park, what we're gonna make in the middle of like downtown, like LA. Mm-hmm. I'm like, are you sure this isn't like Godzilla with like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, what kind of idiots? Yeah, he was shit.
Yep.
But I think the new movie will at least be like entertaining.
Well, after we see it, you'll hear our thoughts.
Yeah.
Right here on the Matt and Mike podcast experience.
Yep. Cool.
The more you know.
What are we going to do next time?
I don't know.
You said something earlier, right? About, you said we should talk about those. Oh, Jaws?
Yeah. The Jaws series?
Yeah.
Do you want to?
I really haven't seen all of them yet. I've seen the first one and like the second one, but...
Oh, you're in for a treat.
How many are
the third
there?
and fourth are amazing.
We should.
There's 4.
Oh, okay.
The fourth one has Michael Caine as Hoagie.
Hoagie?
That's his name.
What the fuck?
And starring Michael Caine as Hoagie.
Like the sandwich. Like the shark eats him. He's like, mm.
Delicious.
Do you want to do that or you want to do something else?
Your call.
I'm like, let's do all the James Bond movies. We'll be here for 12 years.
Na, na, na.
Did we already do James Bond?
No.
Okay. I don't know. Do you have any ideas?
Dead air.
Deadair.com.
I think we should leave it as a cliffhanger.
Okay,
Tune in
robot.
next week.
I think we should leave it as a cliffhanger. Nice kawaii.
What will we do
podcast.
next week? Tune in to find out.
Yeah, there you go. We'll just tune in
Turn up.
and then turn
Turn
off.
off.
Turn off for the Beast cast. So yeah, thanks for listening as usual, guys. Whoever's listening out there.
If you're still listening, God bless you.
God bless America. So cool.
We'll see you next week.
Yep. See you, Matt.
See ya. Goodbye.
Okay. Now that Matt's out of the room, tell your parents to get your credit cards so you can order the Mike and Matt Podcast Experience t-shirts.